Sentiments exactly as yours, Jason. I hope that they get up the Bullies, but I think the Swans will.
It's the Bulldogs by 11.
And we're not barracking. It's just that sometimes you like to see a new team sort of jump into the mix, particularly a perennial battler in recent times, come back and really start to put themselves up amongst it.
So we've got an idea. Look at this man, Jesse Stringer, plants himself in the thick of it and gets them going. Jake Stringer, I should say, up towards the 50.
They hadn't been able to buy centre clearance, and he just strolls through and picks it up like it's dry.
Does he come off the line?
I don't know. I didn't see it, whether he started in there or not, but he's got some skills about him, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's just got a little bit of a buzz around him when he's near the ball, hasn't he?
Yeah, it looks like he's playing on ball because there's 6 inside the attacking 50, and he's not one of them.
Kennedy. Rowan. No easy path forward. Stealing. John making life difficult for Kieran Jack. Hanbury. It's that quartet in the middle. They're just such great contested ball players that makes you think that the Swans will at least have the opportunity to win this game back.
Well, they'll get enough ball forward, you know that. It's whether the defensive structures and those back 6 for the Bulldogs can stand up under intense scrutiny when the game's on the line.
Murphy's back there at the moment trying to help out Talia. They're pretty much manned one-on-one to the right of screen here, where the Swans are headed if they can get the ball. And they do get the ball, and it's a skyscraper. They're not sure who to go. Franklin goes good, stays down. A bit of push and shove. Bird went to ground. Dixon took the footy, and Wood tries to get it out of there. As you can see, ricochet back, fluky ball.
Oh, that's a poor handball.
Franklin had to go back into the traffic. It was difficult. Well handled by Jetta. His mind changing all the time about whether to go for goal or centre it or handball it. In the end, it's out of bounds.
If you're ever inclined to handball to the opposition, you wouldn't handball to Buddy, would you?
I reckon Bob Murphy's hurt his sore shoulder here. He went in for the smother. He had a trainer with him, and he was really favouring his left side.
He wants to stay out there desperately.
He's hurting.
Yeah. Throw in. It's going to drop well short. Pike was onto it first. Down to Parker. He can barge through to Kieran Jack. It was beautifully placed onto the left side for Kieran Jack, and he does the rest.
Well, that's where they're so good in close. Around the stoppages, they don't panic. It's not just a throw on the boot and hope for the best. It's to navigate your way through the traffic, release a teammate with the hand pass. And Parker and Jack.
Yeah, good combination.
Now look at that. He breaks the tackle, then he looks around. He finds Jack in space, and then he knows what to do.
They keep turning up, don't they? Contest after contest. So it's what's given them great user service, and it stands up, and it's a great goal by them.
A marvellous goal from Kieran Jack. We're not sure about the health of that man, Robert Murphy. He's trying to show leadership in many ways. He's certainly trying to urge on his young teammates. But the Swans barrel it out of the middle again. Kieran Jack, here comes Kurt Tippett, approaches it carefully. Didn't want to overcommit, brought it to ground. Cunningham had Hanbury in his back pocket. He's running the wrong way, Hanbury. Had to shape it back for Goods. Tried to put the physical stuff on Woods. This will test Murphy. Oh, that'll test him even more. And he passes that test all right, although the arm still looks a bit sore. Staying out there in the battle. You know, it's a fierce battle at the moment.
Pike and Tippett both getting in position here for the throw-in.
Yeah, take your partners. Throw in the pocket. Tap down. Comes the way of Mitchell. Lunges it out to Hanbury. Terrific smother from Rufford. It was great follow-up work. Rowan, he took his turn in the circle. And now it's Cramery who's the last to hand it back to the umpire.
Keep your eye on Mike Pike. He's up to 45 clearances. He's had 18 to advantage. The record's 22.
So 5 points the difference. That's all that stands between the Dogs holding on to an incredible win, and the Swans coming over the top. McRae looking for a free. Umpire, he did buy. Down the line is the order of the day from Jack McRae. Richards and Layla had his eye on it in his 50th game at his 3rd club. Just played the 2 games for Geelong. He wasn't wanted at Carlton. And there's the kick in for Tippett. And Kurt Tippett takes the mark. And the Swans, who haven't been in front since midway through the first quarter, have an opportunity to get there now.
It's good strength, good contested mark. I wonder if he got away with a jumper tuck there on Fletcher Roberts, but he was in the right spot, puts himself in place now to kick his third goal, which again, without a lot of possessions in these conditions, is a big impact.
Kurt Tippett, you can see the angle shouldn't be a problem. Oh, the goalkeeper had to move too far. Hit the post. Critical miss. Murphy stabs it into Boyd. You just don't know how many opportunities you're going to get.
That's a bad miss, that one.
Can the Dogs find a path out of defence? Johannesson trying to do that. Favours Wood on the outer side. He didn't quite cling on to the mark. He tries to dismiss Jenner, but he couldn't. That had to be mighty close to holding the ball. Mighty close.
Tired legs out there now.
Did he get a fist to it or not? Umpire says play on. McVeigh, again, just dabbing it, not far enough for the umpire's liking. Back around the corner, and that favours Easton Wood, who hugs the mark in. Suddenly the Bulldogs are on the back foot.
Yeah, have they got the maturity in the legs to get themselves through the final 25 minutes?
Rampy climbed the highest. Couldn't take the mark.
Always find with young teams when they feel pressure, they'll always just play slower and safer. Yeah, and it's what the Bulldogs have done. They've had nothing to kick to. It's been a stationary game by them in this start of this last quarter.
Rampy goes back as the loose, so they've got one spare in the defensive 50.
We've seen it all day. They've played their best footy when they've just played instinctive, run and moved the ball a bit quicker.
This gives the Bulldogs an extra around the stoppage, so they've got to make sure if that's the way they're going to go, you've got to win the clearances.
Roughhead gets it down. Picken has had an amazing day. 26 disposals, 10 tackles,
9 clearances.
9 clearances, 4 inside 50s.
He just goes about his business, and you don't tend to notice him the way you do others, but see the good numbers. Great work rate.
Enjoying an excellent season. There's that extra number for the Dogs at the stoppage. Stevens couldn't capitalise, but it bounces before it goes over. A gentle question being raised by the Swans as to whether it might have been deliberate.
It was being tackled as he kicked it.
If it was the last 5 minutes of the game and it was close, it might have been a free kick.
Mitchell goes to ground. Lynn John. Oh, Honeychurch getting in the way of Kieran Jack. That's what happens. It was good courage. It's going to come down to moments in this last quarter, and that might be one of them. Hanbury gets it into Franklin. Talia left one out, and that spells danger again. Franklin turns onto the left, but he misses.
It was a great experience for the young Bulldogs players. No matter what happens, if they win or lose, to play in this type of game you can't buy this experience.
Murphy has the footy, and again to himself. Searches for something on the outer side. Roughhead was that something. Pike there to combat back for the Swans. The ricochet for the Mitchell kick is back over the line again. It's 3 points the difference now.
They've upped the intensity of their pressure, the Swans. 9-2 tackles in their favour already in this fourth term.
Tippett guided it down. Cramery. 10-9 plays 9-12. McRae does his best, but Jack tried to come back the other way. McRae's up to the challenge, though. Through, just threading it for Lynn John. He's ragdolled. And the ball goes out of bounds again. Jared McVeigh still laying heavy tackles after all these years.
Yes, he would have laid a lot of tackles in his career, wouldn't he? Jared McVeigh.
Roughhead pokes it down. Lynn John cleared the path for McRae. That extra man again helping, but not so much.
Gee, they can't afford that. Can't afford that. I think Kieran Jack wanted the ball. He said no, he was the closest.
Mike Pike. A few of the Skittles fell down there. No free kick. A handball from Tippett. We made it awfully tough for Lloyd, and they've made a bit of a meal of that one. Jack just couldn't fight the fight on his own. Big one-on-one. Grundy, Boyd, pushing, shoving, digging as deep as they can. McVeigh knew where the boundary was, but he used Grundy instead, and that extra body this time favours the Swans. A stumbling, bumbling Ted Richards did enough. They're forced close to goal. They're getting worried. Hurry kick, Nick Smith. Back to the even numbers on the wing. Mark not paid. Play on Boyd. Got it to Ling Jong. Back to half forward again, Clay Smith. Good solid work though by Mitchell. Stood up in the tackle. Kick didn't go far. Hannabury and Cramery the next to fight it out. Hack forward, up and down by Stevens. Inside 50. Boyd crowded again. Broke even. Smith, that was slick to Richards. And that's a magnificent kick to Hannabury. And Franklin's deep. He's waiting for the ball to arrive. Talia got help from Fletcher Roberts.
Courageous effort. He worked hard to get back there and steam across the front of the contest. Really good courage with the flight of the ball. They're just looking a little tired, the Bulldogs. The seasoned campaigners, the Swans, are coming hard at them. Got to hang tough. A lot of kicks are now just hurried hacks forward for the Bullies. They need to hit some targets.
Dogs hanging on by just 3 points. Here's Franklin again. Oh, he flicked the handball straight to the opposition. Now, is this going to be... Well,
it's not going to find the boundary, but he had to kick it there. He had nowhere else to go. It's going to come straight back.
So Rowan rounds it up. He has a peer inside. He goes for the pass to Franklin. Back up comes from Kennedy, but he loses his footing and loses the ball. Murphy tried to find a way out. They just stay off McRae to see what he does. He gets Bontempelli. He'll just try and walk it over and gain some ground in the meantime. That's a big win to the Dogs.
Great kick.
Yes, it is a great kick. He wanted to get as many metres as he could, but it's so important at this stage now. These young players from the Bulldogs use the ball. They really do their best work trying to hit a teammate by foot or by hand.
They're looking a little tired. They're getting numbers behind the ball, but they've got nothing to kick to forward when they win it.
Richards had to kick it quickly. He knew that. Parker, a hard man to move and manoeuvre. He just saw Dogs jumpers everywhere. Gobbled up quickly. And Pickett, he changed his mind.
Took too long. He had the option, but then he stopped.
So it's coming back to Kobe Stevens now.
They're great when the ball's in the area, but when they have to run to get near the ball, they just haven't got the run, have they?
Tick to the 12-minute mark of this quarter, and as you can see, there's 12 and a bit to go, and that's out on the floor.
Well, he had rough head short, a little chip over the top, but he didn't want to go there. He wanted to kick it long, and he kicks it out in the full. So errors starting to creep in for the Bulldogs.
Swans wanting to maintain possession, but modern footy, that's what you do, but it's difficult in these conditions to see they can execute. They've made the switch.
Lewis Shedder in the middle of the ground all on his own. If they spot him,
just decided now. They were told to run by Grundy, who's there to lend a hand. Kicks to Kennedy, safe enough. Kennedy takes the mark. Peers back into the middle. There's a kick on the angle if he wants it for Mitchell, but he decides the risks are too great. Rowan wants it down the line, and the kick is tailored for him. He had to fly without any real intent to mark. Rovat ridden into the ground a little. Here's Rowan again. Tucks it under the arm. Ling Jong like a terrier after him. Again, it's down to Franklin. Talia with him. Talia battles gamely. Back to Buddy. Out of my way, but they refuse to yield. Good stuff by both teams. Parker to Lloyd. It's ahead of him, but they stop another one, the Dogs. They won't die. They won't give in. They'll come again. One after another after another.
Missed it.
And McVeigh's missed.
See, I thought Cramery thought it was going to roll through from behind. He didn't realise Lewis Shedder was there to tap the ball back. They kept it alive.
Both coaches look sick then on the screen.
There's still a long time to go in the game.
But it feels like it's all or nothing right now, doesn't it? The kick in for Ling Jong. Well done, Gary Rowan.
They've lost the ability to run and create space, the Bulldogs. So now it's just a kick-goal contest every time. Sydney is starting to outnumber them around the drop of the ball.
Yes. The
more mature players, the seasoned bodies and legs, are starting to gather some sort of ascendancy.
Could the Dogs get them on the counter, perhaps?
Have they got the legs to do that?
Looks like it's all manned up behind the ball. So that means they're even numbers here as well. Bontempelli. Kennedy muscles him out of it. Hannabury just eases it into the 50. Adam Goods. Luke Parker. Luke Parker can't get it through. Goods has another crack. They go to ground. Hurled out. Harry Cunningham. Harry Cunningham. Mr. C puts it through. And the Swans are in front.
Wow, what a game. What a game. This is so exciting. And the Bulldogs are just trying to hang in there. The Swans are charging. They're really predictable behaviour. They all go front and square. They're running stronger. They make the right handballs to the right player, running towards their goal. And they've just worked a goal out of nothing, haven't they?
The Murphy smother was spectacular. He dived full length to smother Luke Parker's kick.
Oh, was that Murphy, was it?
Yeah, but then the ball spilled out and Cunningham picked it up.
So he got a reprieve when Sam Reid pulled up sore during the week. Harry Cunningham, after being originally left out of the team, the sub, he's on, and the Swans are finally in front. Haven't been that since midway through the first term, but there's a long way to go, and the Dogs have time on their side, and we know they'll keep having a crack as Matthew Boyd escorts that over, much to the disdain of Kieran Jack.
I sort of feel sorry for him, don't you, Hutto? You just want to just find something so they can just generate a bit of ball movement and get a goal back.
Plenty of time to do that. If they, as you said, if they can somehow contrive a goal. Even the boundary umpire feeling the pinch here.
Well, what they can't allow now is the spare behind play, and they're conceding that at the moment, the Bulldogs. And it's hard to see them scoring while they allow Sydney to have a loose deep in defence.
It's back into play again. Roughhead trying to overcome Pike. Kobe Stevens did enough in the umpire's eyes. Kennedy.
So Jeremy Laidler sitting back as the loose now.
And Boyd's back here dropping off his opponent because his opponent's going up to the stoppage. But Boyd's got to get involved in play.
Sydney free to Mike Pike. Gives it to Lloyd. He gives it to Hanbury. Franklin's in the pocket. Oh, goes instead to Goods. Can't take the mark. Dalehouse. Oh, the danger is a long way from passing. Feeling the heat now, the Dogs. Goods, they're scrambling all over them. Young Webb, he's got it again. Back to Johannison. Tentative stuff. Next one, all important. Kennedy almost got bowled over middle stump. Stood up and hacked it straight up and down. Well done by the Dogs. The pressure relentless. Rovat finds a path out, and that's straight out to the wing.
Good result, the boundary.
Yeah, and Ted Richards is there, and it's over. 10-13-73 the Sydney Swans, 10-9-69 the Western Bulldogs. A gruelling battle. Still plenty of time for goals at either end. Roughhead, Dalehouse, and that helps. They just nudge a little closer. Crowd finding their voice.
The Bulldogs are staying away from this stoppage, which has given them an opportunity because there's not many numbers at the stoppage, which allows you to maybe sometimes get a breakaway and kick it deep in, and they might take a mark. So it's a good opportunity.
Swans have dominated the quarter. Dalehouse, Bontempelli shoveled out. And it's over again.
Just really big on the Bulldogs got a spare and Sydney got a spare, that the Bulldog spare gets involved in play. Yep. He has to get his hands on the ball and help them score.
Mike brings it to ground. Honeychurch gets it in there at least. Hanbury, this is disposal number 36. If he ever takes it, he did in a rush, and that opens the door for the Dogs.
Sometimes, Bonner, when that situation arises, I'd almost like to see the spare take a risk. Roll the dice, go and stand at the top of the 50-metre arc in a dangerous position. So if you get the clearance and someone has time and vision, they can use you and you can kick a goal. You've still got even numbers down back if need be. You've got to take a risk when you're behind.
You do, and I agree with that 100%, mate.
Gets through the legs there. Richards, it's up and down, but it's out of there effectively enough from Lloyd. Back to the 50. It's hard, heavy going. Pick and no. Refusing to give in to the dangerous Dalehouse. And again, they're 25 metres from goal and trying to close. Cranberry, crafty.
Had to get the hand pass. He wasn't in a position to kick the goal there.
No.
Now could be a foot race.
Yeah, and we know that Jetta can use his pace, but he couldn't to effect. Goods comes again. Pokes for Franklin. Talia, he's bearing down. Troubling times here for Daniel Talia. The spectre of Buddy Franklin looming large. He's done well.
He did well.
Very well.
The key to it was keeping his feet. He did that well.
The thing is, you know, that spare, and we used to use Mackie in that role.
Yep.
So it wouldn't be Boyd, it would be who'd be Murphy. You'd get Murphy sort of in a dangerous position on the ground that you might be able to hurt them.
Swans by 4, and they're still coming. Thumped away Jetta.
Good hands.
Was clean, and they get it to Murphy, the captain, trying to dig deep and create.
Well, it's the only option he had because it's a bad drop.
They were fumbled by Boyd. Dalhouse.
Long kick will go straight to the spare.
In a way, that's probably a better result then.
It is.
And we're down to 8 minutes now.
He wouldn't, if you couldn't get Bob Murphy, you'd try and get someone else, manipulate the next best in. But somehow they have to try and get that spare.
Well, I reckon they've got to push the spare forward.
Yes.
And either make the Swans loose, come and pick him up, or be in a position to kick the winning goal if you get used.
Yep.
Murphy somehow stayed afloat there and kept it alive for Clay Smith. And that's a good effort from Nick Smith. Not paid, though. So now the pressure goes on to Rampy. Confronted from both sides. Grundy flicked it out to Nick Smith. And it's over. So the Bulldogs keeping the Swans honest here. 4 points the margin. 25,500 wet Swans fans. And there's some Doggies fans there as well that have got great belief in this young team. They're still right in this game. The lead just 4. Kennedy, Jong, it's the full revolution. Can't get it clear. Bontempelli was able to, but where's it going to end? Back where the bodies are.
He's good at getting the hands free, Bontempelli, isn't he? Even when he's tackled, he can lift him up over the top of the tackle and get a hand pass out.
We're down to the last 7.5 minutes. Dixon was already into his move even before he got the ball. Gary Rowan toiled hard. Clay Smith going to ground looking for a free. Cramry, Laidler, shut down. Picken. Oh,
how did he get a kick in there?
Rowan had Richards to assist. Back to the wing, even numbers. Roberts and Tippett. And well done, Fletcher Roberts.
He's done well in a couple of one-on-one contests, Fletcher Roberts.
Yeah, looks like a handy type, doesn't he? Yeah.
Been there, been on the list for a few years now.
10-13 Sydney, 10-9 the Western Bulldogs. Absorbing struggle. What a battle it's been between these two sides. Bit of volleyball action. Bontempelli, Murphy got away this time from Bird. Chips it up high. Dalhouse, Smith, Rovat tried to get it to the danger man Stringer. Dalhouse goes again, and so does Rovat. Cramry, so hard to maintain control of the ball. Almost impossible.
Just desperate to get a kick in forward, but Gary Rowan is now sitting back as the spare for Sydney. So they've got 2 deep. If the kick goes in, you've got Tom Boyd deep with Grundy as opponent and Gary Rowan sitting just off him.
And a few
Rowan
more
lurking
coming back.
in the space, yep.
Cramry on tired legs into this wet SCG turf.
Just takes one special act. Just something out of the ordinary can get the Bulldogs over the line.
Kobe Stevens gains them 15. Cunningham not really interested in keeping it in. And now it's 6 minutes 10 remaining. Grueling encounter at the SCG. Comes through to Lloyd. Stevens tracks it back to the wing. Now Murphy again refuses to be rushed. Wants the best for his team. Makes it hard for the Sydney Swans. It's there up for grabs. Dalhouse conjured something. And it's through.
He's kicked the goal. Well, we're going to have a goal review. Was it touched? What does the goal umpire think?
Just jump out. I believe the ball is a goal.
Well, good start.
So it's a very good start. It has to be definitive to turn it over.
Umpire's call is a goal. We just like to confirm.
Eastonwood was the man that got there.
Well, he either had to shepherd it through or kick it out of the air. He did amazingly well, Dalhouse, to thread a kick out of that.
Oh, you'd hope this guy kicks it then. Could have been.
It's going to be hard to turn that over. Might have to look at it from different angles.
Athletic, isn't he? Look how high he is.
Oh, the hand's nowhere near it. The hand's nowhere near it. Clear goal.
Nah, you got to put it back. All clear. Oh, your ankle all right, mate?
Well, they found a way. This is incredible effort from the Western Bulldogs. And now we know how experienced the Swans are. We know how good they are at just getting results in tight times. You know, they had the extra. It got over the top of Gary Rowan. He tried to hit it forward, but he let it get over the top. And this is just some good athleticism, isn't it?
Yes.
So the goal is registered and the Bulldogs are back in front. And now it's the Swans. The onus is on to do something. Picken claimed, no free kick. Ling John, you know, he'll just try and get it as far as he can. Oh, and this man handles it brilliantly.
All the time in the world.
Stringer.
Oh, what a miserable day to play football, but how exciting it is if you're a Western Bulldogs supporter, or player, or their coach.
Jake Stringer letting as much time go past as possible. He's back in the centre circle.
And he started his run-up, so he's taken the clock out of the equation, which is good.
And he's going to give it absolutely everything. This young talent heaves it towards goal. It won't be a major, and it's thumped through successfully by the Swans. Well organised. It's a behind.
Well, the good thing about that last goal for the Western Bulldogs is that Easton Wood's playing down back. So he finally pushed forward and went into a dangerous position. Oh, this is an issue.
Adam Goods just couldn't get a handle on it. It's tough for everyone. Tough for Boyd. Rowan. It's a territory battle out there. Picken's been brilliant, been resilient, and he takes it to the safe haven. Did he do it deliberately? No, he didn't.
Ooh, I'm actually tired watching, Jason. I'm tired. It's one of those runs you had to do, didn't it? Like Picken and that was just got to get there, and he did. He found a way to get there.
Mike Pike's up to 58 hit-outs, the all-time record 61.
Hanbury's been incredible, but even he couldn't get a clean possession there. The numbers multiply. Jeremy Laidler.
Careful to give away no free kicks.
Oh, Josh Kennedy saw about 4 Bulldogs in that little exchange.
Picken's been superb, hasn't he? Even if that goes out the full, it buys a bit of time, allows you to reset.
4:15 remaining.
It's up to 32.
32, yeah.
Rampy, it's a shallow entry, so anything could happen. No Mark Bontempelli. Smother any which way. Boyd back for Roberts. He was cool and calm. Not sure Cremery really wanted it. They've got it through though. Honeychurch back, more resources there. Murphy.
Get it to the bloke that makes good decisions, and look at the skill. Bob Murphy. That's the man you want with the ball in his hands.
Fine Stringer. 3 minutes 45 now.
A lot of Sydney players behind the footy. That's why he doesn't want to kick it.
The onus is on the Swans to get it back.
And that's smart.
Bulldogs.
You mightn't chew down the last 3.5 minutes, but you can take off 30 seconds or a minute here and there.
Time's up. Murphy down the line.
Once a contest, you can't allow an uncontested mark.
No, he couldn't grab it in the end. It almost sneaks inside the 50. There's a lot of almost going on out there. Almost handballs, almost kicks, almost tackles.
Like the numbers. I like the numbers of the Bulldogs there. It's being represented in close at the ball.
And John's got some issues with the finger.
Didn't stop him going third man up.
Have a look at it at the end of the game, son.
They're up against one of the best teams we've ever seen in this sort of situation too. They make the right choices at the right times. They play well under pressure, the Swans.
They normally win from this position, don't they?
They do.
3 minutes remaining, though. It's not easy to take it from one end of the ground to the other.
Oh, is that
Kennedy, Bontempelli, stole it. Compelling stuff for the Dogs. Deep again, and that'll suit them nicely.
Even that last stoppage, did you see Pike tried to hit it over the back into the corridor? Hanbury was on the burst, just didn't quite get there. They'll try and open things up when they get the opportunity.
Luke Beveridge. Pensive, can hardly bear to watch, but at the moment his team is giving him everything he could possibly ask and more. Roughead over the top. It's still there. Bontempelli. Oh. And it's out on the full.
Well, now it's the Bulldogs that have got a spare in defence. And that's okay because they're in front. So you don't mind them shoring up what's happening down back.
Well, still prepared to go across the ground. They have to now. Have to take a chance. Laidler.
Great spoil.
Busy intersection. Easton Wood's been superb.
Massive.
Thumped it to McRae. Not the right time for fumble, but his recovery was outstanding. Gets it as close to goal as he can. Dixon flies. Dalehouse. They're all having a crack. Pike. Hanbury. Flicks out to Kennedy. They can't get it out of there, the Swans.
Great pressure from the Bulldogs.
It's sensational stuff. Rovat! Rovat towards goal! And he misses. 2 minutes, 11 seconds to go.
Look out.
They're on high alert now. Here comes Buddy into the picture. No mark. Didn't mark. Tackled strongly.
Didn't have it, Linjong, when he got slung to the ground.
Hannaby tried his best, but they can't get it out of there. The Bulldogs are giving it everything and more.
Chance.
Dixon, Honeychurch, Mitch into the square. Dalehouse got crunched. Bodies flying everywhere at the SCG. It's all on the line. Now the Swans get their opportunity.
Franklin on his own.
A minute 44. Kennedy goes for broke through the middle. Jack, roughhead, thumps it back. Comes to Franklin. Has to react. Tried to dismiss. Stringer, he couldn't. They won't be denied, the Western Bulldogs. Dixon comes through. Smart play. Didn't want to rush. McRae crafts the kick inboard. The spoil was good from Laidler. It's still there for them. A minute 20. Jenner's desperate. Trying to charge through. He's rampy. Can't. He can. And he gets it back to the middle. The crowd on their feet. Hanbury out on his legs. Desperate. Diving. Everybody is Easton Wood. Magnificent.
Oh, well done.
Absolutely magnificent. So was Rovat. Johannesen. We're inside a minute now.
What a game.
Everyone is completely spent. The kick back to the middle. They're going to find something.
Play on, big man.
Pike fixes
touched
it
off the boot.
Better wake up soon. Rovat breaks the tackle. Clean pair of heels and kicks it for his life as long and as strong as he can. And there's 36 seconds and surely now.
That's a brilliant kick. That's a brilliant kick.
Brilliant kick.
Now, can they set up? The crowd didn't like the play on call against Pike's mark in the middle, but can the Bulldogs set up and hold it in? They've pushed up.
Well, everyone is converging on this throw-in. The Western Bulldogs hanging on. The Swans, in one big move, could still steal the game.
This has been an amazing effort.
Stringer back to the square. We're down to 22 seconds. Swans have to win it. They can't make any mistakes from here. It's possible.
What a kick.
It is possible now. McVeigh, 13 seconds.
Just a foot race.
Oh, it's on. Chase. Chase for your life as hard as you can. The flashpoint 5 seconds out. They'll hang on, the Dogs. They are going to hang on. Mark this date down, Western Bulldogs fans. Saturday, May the 2nd, 2015. This club. Oh, this is just amazing. Look at these scenes.
Look at the scenes. They're just out on their legs. The Swans players and the Bulldogs are trying to muster up together, celebrate and congratulate one another. It's a massive victory, isn't it, for this football club?
This is it's a season-defining victory. It's a sort of victory that makes a young group, gives them incredible belief.
The resilience. How they just kept coming.
Well, the fact that they got down and then found a way when it looked like they had no legs to kick another goal to get back in front. The crowd don't like it, but hey, that doesn't bother the Western Bulldogs. They came here on a mission, and it's mission accomplished.
Young team.